time. We are proceeding towards the next topic. We are proceeding with the next topic. What is this, Ayush? Thank you very much. Yes, that is what I was asking for. Okay, we have someone in the waiting list. Let me just see. Yes. Okay. So we'll continue with the differences between the hardware and the software. As you can see, always remember, hardware requires to store and run the software. Always remember, software is the virtual thing we cannot see, but all the software required a specific space. So to occupy that space, you need hard disk or hardware to store all the software. So that is why hardware is also a storage, can also be defined as a storage unit of the software. What is software? It refers to the program that enable the computer to perform a specific task. Program software helps the computer to work and to perform. Try to understand. Software helps the computer to perform some work, and hardware is the place where softwares are collected all together. Hardware start functioning once software is loaded. Without software, hardware cannot work. So first, the software need to get ready in the computer. Only then your hardware devices will start working. Whether it can be input device, whether it can be processing device, whether it can be output device, whatever kind of hardware devices are there, it will only work once your software is ready in the computer. Software is installed on hardware to deliver its set of instructions. Hardware is a mechanism in the factory, but who makes the factory work? The software. So if there is no software, no hardware will work. So to make the hardware work, the first thing which is required is a software, and software will make the things work. Aste. Hardware is a physical in nature. You can see the hardware and you can touch the hardware. Okay. Software you cannot see. Software you cannot touch. Okay. Software can be sensed. Okay. So always remember, without. Acha, Ayush Raj, can you hear me? Ayush Raj, can you hear me?
Sir, I cannot hear you. Your voice is shaking.
Sir, it's because of your internet. You will get the recordings in the YouTube, don't worry. Ayush Raj, can you hear me? Okay. Now, moving on to the next point, there are more chances of failures in the hardware during the last stage of the product. What does it mean? Hardware, there is a possibility hardware might get damaged. Okay. If the hardware get damaged, basically nothing with no part of the computer can be processed, no computer can work. Okay, because hardware can be touched and sensed, so with the help of the hardware only you can see what work are going on in the computer. So you have to understand that without hardware nothing works. So every hardware has a stage, like your medicine has an expiry date, your hardware devices also has an expiry date. At some point of time the hardware can get damaged. Okay. Software does not have the failure rate and hence is more reliable. The software is not a device firstly, so there is no possibility that the software will get damaged. There is no possibility where the software might get spoiled. Software never gets spoiled. So software is much more reliable and much more trustworthy with respect to the hardware. Ma? Okay. So moving on to the next thing, that the hardware components can be seen and touched, as you all know. Yes, hardware can be seen, you can touch the hardware. Software can be viewed at a time of the execution or loading. You can see software, you can actually sense software. I don't even see. Can you say the shape and the structure of a software? You cannot say. What is the shape of the software? You cannot say that. What is the height of the software? You cannot even say that. Okay, so I completely don't agree with the last point, which is given out there. Software cannot be seen, software can be sensed. Because once any work, any process is happening in the computer, with the help of that, you can identify, yes, this work is happening because of the software. If the software wouldn't have been there, you couldn't have done that particular work. Okay. So moving on to the next categories of software. One is system software, one is application software. Understand? One is system software, one is application software. System software is meant for computer hardware. System software is not meant for the user. Try to listen very carefully. System software is meant for the hardware of the computer. System software is not meant for the user. User means us. Okay. Who provides us the benefit of using the computer? It is application software. If you want to play a game becomes an application software, because with the help of the gaming software, you can play a game. If you want to edit a video like TikTok, which is very common nowadays, TikTok is an application software because we are using the TikTok. Okay. We are not using Android, we are using TikTok. Android is there inside the mobile, and Android is running the mobile. We are not using Android, we are using the software for our purpose, for our benefit. That is application software. Now system software is further divided into two halves. One is system management program, one is system development program. These are very detailed thing, you need not have to understand, just understand system software. System software is used to maintain the computer. System software is used to run the computer. Okay. And system software is also important for the hardware devices of the computer, because with the help of the system software only the hardware of the computer can work, otherwise the computer devices cannot work. Now moving on to the next topic, what we can see is the system software. Let me just read it out, then you will understand. System software is also known as system package. It is a set of one or more programs designed to control the operation of the computer. Mind you, operation of the computer, not the operation of the user. These programs do not solve specific problem. These are not meant for our work. System software does not perform photo editing. System software does not play music in the computer. System software does not help us to play computer games. These are not system software. These are all application software. System software ensure whether the computer is working properly. System software ensure whether printing is.
Sir, I cannot see the screen properly.
Yes.
For example,
System software has only one software, only one example, that is operating system, and all the drivers which are present in your computer to for the hardware to work, like keyboard has a driver.
Something black dots are there in the screen.
Yes.
Sir, some black dots are there in the screen. I cannot see the screen properly.
no, we can see.
I cannot see.
Now visible?
Yes, sir. Now.
Okay. Here you can see the example of the system operating system is already given. That is system software is already given here. One is operating system. Obviously, without operating system, nothing works. So operating system, device driver. Device drivers means what? The software which are used to run the external devices like pen drive, hard disk, external hard disk. Then any modem is also one of the external devices which require driver. So all these drivers, sound driver of your laptop, without sound driver the laptop cannot able to produce a sound. No devices can able to produce the sound if the sound driver is not there. So those are known as device driver. And system utilities. System utilities are all kinds of, I can show you one of the example of the system utilities, but in the later class, that is practical thing, so I will show you later. System development program. System development includes programming language. You must have heard the term compiler, interpreter in your earlier classes. These are all example of the system development program. So basically these example which you can see in the bottom of the screen, system software is the combination of system management program and system development program. Basically, all these things help the computer to work. Try to understand. All these things help the computer to work. The system software has nothing to do with the job of the user. System software has only the job of maintaining, controlling, and running the computer. That is only the purpose of the system software. System software does not care about whether you are able to play the computer game or not. System software is not concerned about whether you can see movie or videos in your computer or not. These are not part of system software. These are part of the application software. So with contrast to this, as I was moving towards the next topic, that is application software, I would like to read it out for you. An application software or the application is a set of one or more programs designed to carry out specific work or specific tasks or the operations such as creating document. What are the example of creating document software? Microsoft Office Word,
Microsoft.
PowerPoint, Excel, Access, Internet Explorer. All these things are the example of application software. It allows the computer to perform useful tasks beyond the running of the computer, running the system itself. And application software performs only the task it is designed for. Application software is meant for only one particular work. Always try to understand, application software is only meant for doing one particular work. If it is for playing game, the game software will only use for gaming. If it is for listening to the music, then the only music can be heard, nothing else can be done. If it is meant for watching only video, then the software is only for the video purpose. So that is why only one or two particular tasks can be performed with the help of the application software, and that is why this is known as application. Application means only one specific work can be done with the help of that software. That is why this is known as application software. An application, see, it is given, an application software performs only the task it is designed for. If it is for drawing, drawing cannot do photo editing. Drawing is different, photo editing is different. So unlike application software, system software does not directly perform the tasks that benefit the user. The system software serves the application, which in turn serves the user. Now see, listen very carefully in this part. What is it? Application software and system software, they both are interlinked with each other inside the computer system. Application system software help the application software help the system software. They both combine together to run the computer system. If there is only system software, no application software, your computer is basically worthless, useless. And if there is only application software, there is no system software, your computer is just an empty box. Nothing will work. So application software and system software both are dependent on each other, and both together help the user to operate, to run the computer. So this is what the importance of the system software as well as the application software. So basically, as you can see, your chapter is got over. This is the worksheet which is already there in your PDF. You can read the question and you can practice the questions. Okay, these questions are important for whatever test is approaching in your next class. So what I will do is that in basically I will revise all the topic because there is 15 minutes, so I can finish up the revision. So what all topics that we have learned here? The topic that we have learned is that firstly, what is computer? It's a definition given there. Computer is an electronic device because it contains some electronic components such as resistor, transistor, capacitor, integrated circuit. Basically, you have to understand that a computer is an electronic device which was invented to reduce the work pressure and also to do all kind of work faster. Okay, to save the time, to increase the efficiency of certain work. That is what the purpose of the invention of the computer. And obviously the computer is an electronic device at any cost. Okay, then we have also discussed about the topic that is the latest technology, out of which one of them is a cloud computing. Cloud computing, what did I say? If we divide the word cloud computing into two different halves, the first thing is that the cloud is the central virtual space of storing everything. I repeat, cloud is a central space of storing everything. Okay, that means all your data are stored into one of the virtual space. From there you can download also. From the you can upload new data inside the cloud also. I have also given you an example: YouTube, Google Drive. These are the best example of cloud computing because YouTube, Google Drive, they are the central storage. You can store any data and keep it for the longer run. You can play all your data, you can play your videos from there. Also, if you want, you can download also. For that, you need not require any separate space in your computer. Okay, but also remember, cloud computing is a concept of online technology. That means whether it is uploading or it is a downloading, all these process are done by the help of the internet. Okay, then we move on to the next topic. It was GPS tracking. GPS full form is global positioning system. That means with the help of the GPS, you can identify any map, you can identify the location of any unknown area, or also you can also operate so many other things with the help of the GPS. You can also share so many locations with your nearest friend. You can identify unknown area with the help of the map, and this map is operated by the GPS tracking. So all these things are discussed in the previous class. Then also the latest technology is vein identification, which is also known as biometric identification. Okay, sometimes what happens, if you just normally use a password with the help of letters, characters and numbers, okay, these are hackable. Any person can spoil the password, so it does not provide any security. But the best security, if anyone can provide, if your password becomes your biological body. That means it can be in the form of voice, it can be in the form of finger, it can be in the form of palm, it can be in the form of retina scan. So all your biological body parts can be used as a security purpose, okay, for the identification process. So all these things are used in the vein identification. If all of you have developed if you all have prepared this one thing so-called Aadhaar card, if you see if you see in the Aadhaar card, it is while you are preparing the Aadhaar card, it is asked to give your fingerprint scan. It is asked to give you a retina scan, eye retina scan. So all these things are used. All these things are used for the identification of the person. So this is called the vein identification. Now, when we move towards the next thing, what is the thing? Okay, this technology is less expensive, it is easy to maintain. Okay, you need not have to maintain any hard copy document. Your body itself is a document to provide the verification of your originality. Okay, you need not have to remember any password also. Okay, but there are certain disadvantage of the there are certain disadvantages of a computer also. Like first thing is that intelligent quotient, that is IQ. Okay, computer does not have any idea about how the uh, how to deal with the present situation, or how to deal with any kind of critical situation once it is appeared in front of it. No emotion, computer does not have any emotion also, because it is a device, it is a machine, and machine cannot think. Then also again we discuss about the basic organization structure, that is what are the total operations of the computer. Why am I getting this noise? Ayush, please ask me physically.
Yes, sir.
You are asking some question. Ask me.
Sir, what is more reliable in vein identification?
Everything. All the physical parts are reliable. You cannot
Sir,
trust your body.
sir means if our face get changed afterwards after some period
DNA structure
of
of a
time.
body, DNA structure of a body never gets changed. Okay, your skin might get spoiled and a new skin may arrive, but the DNA of a person never changes. That is why vein identification means any kind of identity parts of your body is reliable. Okay,
Okay.
fingerprints is also reliable. Okay, then after all these things, then we studied about the basic organization of the computer, what all parts are there, or what all work does the computer perform. Firstly was inputting, next was controlling, third was storage, fourth was
Processing,
processing, and then lastly outputting.
outputting.
All this, please don't speak. All these operations are controlled by the computer. Okay, then we also discuss about the diagram, that you have the input device outside, then you have the central processing unit in the middle. In the central processing unit, you have arithmetic logic unit, you have memory unit, you have control unit. Okay, then we also discuss in details arithmetic logic unit perform all the logical work and mathematical calculation. All types of calculations are maintained inside the computer. Control unit controls all the flow of the data from input device to output device, where the data are going, where it is going, how it is going. All the data controls are data flow of the data inside the computer are maintained by the control unit. Then I discuss about the memory unit. Memory unit is used to store the data. There are two types of memory, primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory is present inside the computer, okay, and secondary memory is present outside the computer. Primary memory, what happens? Primary memory, you can store the data temporarily. That means once your laptop or computer or your device is switch off, all the data which are present in the primary memory get vanished. Okay, but in the secondary memory, no matter your computer is switched on or switch off, all the data in the secondary memories are constant. It does not get erased. It is always there for the longer run. Also, I have discussed about one more topic, that is there are two types of primary memory. One is RAM, one is ROM. In RAM, what happened? You can insert new set of data. You can read all the data which is present inside the RAM. But in the ROM, you cannot insert any new data. Whatever data are present in the ROM, you can only read it, you can only see it, but you cannot enter anything new. Always remember, the operating system which runs the entire computer is always present in the ROM. It is not present in the RAM. Anyways, after this memory, then we discuss about certain output device, that how the output device is output device works. I also discussed the relation of the conversion of the data process. Always remember that when the data are inserted from input device into the CPU, it is the input device which convert all the data and the instructions into the computer language which computer can understand. Okay, after the data is processed inside the CPU, when it is ready for the output, okay, the output device accept the data in the computer language, convert it into the human language, and then the human language output is displayed in the output device. We discuss about this also. And after that, finally, we discuss about the differences between the hardware and the software. What is the we also discuss about the differences between the hardware and the software. How many types of hardwares are there? Software, there are two types of software. One is system software, one is application software. What is the essentiality of the application software? What is the essentiality of the system software? We also discuss about that what all things system software perform. You have to remember all the points that for the system software, what happens? The system software does not do anything for the user. System software maintain the working and the functionality of the computer. Okay, which software help us to do any specific work? It is the application software. Okay, application software are created only to perform one specific task. For every application, for every work, there is one application software being created. But also, end of the day, you have to understand that application, if there is no application software and there is only system software, user cannot operate the computer. But if there is application software but there is no system software, the computer will not work, no matter how many software you have. So you have to understand this thing, that the system software and the application software, they are combined together, they are related together, they work together to make the entire computer system work. Also, we have discussed about the two different types of system software. That is, one of the system software is system designing software and was a system development software. In the system designing software, what happens? We have operating system, device driver. These all things are the essential elements inside the computer to make the computer work. Without sound driver, you cannot listen any sound. Without display driver, you cannot see anything on the monitor. Without operating system, your computer or laptop never gets switched on. Okay, so these are called system designing software, which is a part of the system software. And another is system development software. For system development software, what all things are there? These are called programming language, like C, C++. You have done QBasic in the earlier class. These are system development software. That means these are present inside the computer to make the computer work with certain data and the applications. So this is your overall outlook of your chapter. As you can see, the worksheet is also already given in the PDF. So what I request is that go through the textbook properly. I have already posted in your WhatsApp group. You will study thoroughly and you will try to solve the exercises. what I will do is that I will give you a specific date in the next week where we will sit and discuss about the exercise, and then we will move on to the next chapter. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you very much. The video will be uploaded within next half an hour. After that, the one who has missed the classes can go through the video from the YouTube. I would request everyone to please subscribe my YouTube channel so that you can get all the recordings of the classes which we are conducting. I can still see that many of you have not subscribed my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is accessible for everyone for all the classes, so please do subscribe so that you can go through all the videos of all the classes that we have done till now. If you want, you can download the videos from the YouTube also to keep the backup, so that anytime you forget anything, you can very quickly play the video in your mobile or in the laptop and you can clarify your doubt. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.